Pitch misses for ball 2. Johnny Rodriguez, designated hitter in last night's game. He's moved over to first base today for CJ Moran. That one fouled off over the third base side for strike 2. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff batter of the inning. He swings, and that is swung for strike 3. Sorry, folks, a little technical difficulties. We should be back on now. At the plate is Johnny Rodriguez. Diego Murillo with a big hit out to right field, hits the wall, and lands him on second. The Blues with a base runner and just 1 out here in the top of the second inning. As I mentioned, Johnny Rodriguez at the plate. He sees strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Slow swing by Rodriguez for strike 2. Kyle Becker, who struck out swinging to lead off this inning for the only out. The 0-2 pitch misses low for ball 1. Johnny Rodriguez, who played in the game yesterday as the designated hitter. He led off the second inning with a single, the first hit and first base runner of the game for the Blues, followed by another RBI single in the 5th. Pitch is swung on for strike 3. Throwing it over to third will not be in time. Johnny Rodriguez out swinging. Diego Murillo steals third. The Blues with a runner 90 feet away from scoring and putting the first run on the board. And Kosei Suzuki will head to the plate. The dog of the day in last night's game. Suzuki sees strike 1. Kosei Suzuki with a very interesting 5th inning, to say the least. He reached base twice, both on an error, and then awarded second after the ball trickled into the dugout. He hits that one hard over to left field. It falls all the way back to the fence. That will score Diego Murillo. 103 off of the bat for Kosei Suzuki. He now stands over on second. First run scored for the Blues. Diego Murillo scores off of a 103 hit ball over by Kosei Suzuki to left field, and that'll bring up Kevin Spear. Kevin Spear in the squat today. First pitch, a called strike 1. A runner stands on second in Kosei Suzuki. Checking his shoulder, Berlowitz will step off of the mound. At the plate is Kevin Spear. Checks his shoulder, the pitch home. A called strike 2. Berlowitz ahead of the count here against Kevin Spear. There's 2 outs. It's the top of the second inning. That one hit hard over to the shortstop. He'll backhand it. He bobbles a little bit. He will not make the throw. That'll be an error by the shortstop. Kevin Spear will reach base and move Kosei Suzuki over to third. Diego Gonzalez will come to the plate. Runners on the corners. Gonzalez with 2 doubles yesterday. 2 doubles paired with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. In the third, he doubled, made his way all the way to third base, and then doubled again in the fifth. The 2 RBI double for Diego Gonzalez eventually came around to score. He came up twice in the 5th inning. He then grounded out to the first baseman, and then 2 strikeouts, 1 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th. Throw over to first. The tag will not be in time. Kevin Spear, safe at first. There's 1 ball to Diego Gonzalez. The Blues trailing by 1. Pitch home. A called strike. Gonzalez over at second. The pitch is swung on for strike 2. Kevin Spear will take second. A stolen base for the catcher. 2 runners in scoring position for the Blues. Spear on second, Kosei Suzuki on third. There are 2 strikes to Diego Gonzalez. The 1-2 pitch. Misses low for ball 2. The deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on. The 2-2. Swung on and fouled to the backstop. Diego Gonzalez will stay alive. The 2-2. Diego Gonzalez swings for strike 3, and that will be it for the top half of the 2nd inning. The Blues with 2 hits, 1 run scored, no errors, and 1 error and 2 runners left on base. We'll head into the bottom of the 2nd inning. The Blues still trailing by 1. Wylan Nelson will lead it off for the Foresters in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. The Blues score 1 in the top half. The score now 2-1. First pitch to Nelson will miss low for ball 1. Wylan Nelson over at first base today. hitting in the 8th spot. Nelson did not appear in the game last night as he sees ball 2. The 2-0. It called strike 1. The Foresters send 7 batters to the plate in the bottom of the first inning. They score 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors and 2 runners left on base as Nelson takes a hack and fouls it back to the backstop. The count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bryce Padilla on the mound for the Blues. The 2-2. Hit and chopped over to Diego Murillo over at shortstop. He'll glove it, send it to first. Johnny Rodriguez will make the catch for out number 1. The Blues with an early out here in the bottom of the second inning. They faced 4 batters before getting their first out in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Aiden Camberg. Camberg also did not appear in the game last night as he swings at that first pitch and sends it firing down the third base side towards the Blues dugout for strike 1. On deck is the top of the order, Donovan LaSalle, who swung at the first pitch thrown in the game today, awarded himself a double. The 0-1 misses high and outside. Camberg sees ball 2. The count 2-1. It's the bottom of the second inning. Pitch is swung on and the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Aiden Camberg. The catcher for the Foresters. The 2-2 pitch misses outside, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's 1 out here in the first. The Foresters leading by just 1 run. It's 2-1. Pitch is swung on and sent to the backstop. Camberg will stay alive in the at-bat. The count is full to the catcher, Aiden Camberg. The pitch misses low and inside. Camberg will draw a walk just in time for the leadoff batter, Donovan LaSalle. The 3rd walk for the Foresters so far today. Donovan LaSalle over in right field today. As I mentioned, doubled in the first, swung at the first pitch of the game. He shows bunt, lays it down, back to Padilla, almost catches it in the air. He'll make the throw over to first. He'll be out. Donovan LaSalle bunts right back to the pitcher, Bryce Padilla, who makes the throw to first for out number 2. Aiden Camberg moves over to second. That'll bring up Easton Muma. Muma, who walked in the first inning, advanced to second on a pass ball, advanced to third on a wild pitch, and then scored off of an RBI by Joshua Woodsworth. First pitch to Muma is a ball. That'll bring Kevin Spear out to the mound. Kevin Spear meeting with his pitcher, Bryce Padilla. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. At the plate is Easton Muma. A pitch misses high for ball 2. Muma hitting in the 2-hole today. Pitch misses outside. It's 3 straight balls to Easton Muma, who walked in the bottom of the first inning. A runner on second. It's Aiden Camberg as Muma draws a 4-pitch walk. Muma's second time walking today, the 4th walk of the game so far, the 2nd of this inning. The Foresters with 2 runners on, 1 on first and 1 on second for the designated hitter Nick Salmon. Salmon, who also walked in the first, made his way to third but was left on after Makani Nabarro flew out to center field to end the inning. First pitch swung on for strike 1. Aiden Camberg on second. On first, it's Easton Muma as Nick Salmon sees ball 1. Salmon, the designated hitter. Pitch home is swung on for strike 2. Bryce Padilla just 1 strike away from finishing the inning here. Nick Salmon, who came in the 9th inning last night and hit a 3-run RBI home run. Pitch home. And that is a call to strike 3 to the designated hitter Nick Salmon. He seems to disagree, but that will be it for the inning. The Santa Barbara Foresters with no hits, no runs, no errors. 2 runners left on base. The score is still 2-1. The Blues chasing as we head into the top half of the 3rd inning. Cesar Chavez leads it off here in the top of the 3rd inning. For any soccer fans, Spain just scored in the World Cup in extra time. They're playing Argentina in the final today. As Chavez sees strike 1. The Blues are trailing by 1 as Chavez hits that one over to third. The throw over to first will be in time for out number 1. One out here in the top of the third inning, and that brings up Dom Nahar. Nahar, who grounded out to shortstop in the top of the first inning. He comes to the plate here once again. First pitch to Nahar misses outside for ball one. Count is 1-0 to Dom Nahar. He, with a slow swing, fouls out one to the fence for strike one. The Blues have scored just one run here in the top of the second inning. An RBI by Kosei Suzuki scores Diego Murillo. The 1-1 hits Dom Nahar. He will take first. Dom Nahar, who was hit by pitch in the fifth inning at his second at-bat in the fifth inning in last night's game. He will be hit once again here. And the Blues with a base runner in the third. That'll bring up Brendan Comerford. Brendan Comerford, who flew out to right field in the first inning. He sees strike one. Dom Nahar over on first. With him is the first baseman, Wyland Nelson, who stands on the base. Throw over to first. Tag will not be in time. Dom Nahar will hang out over on first. Off goes Dom Nahar as Brendan Comerford swings. There will be no throw to second. Dom Nahar with a stolen base. The Blues with a runner in scoring position. Brendan Comerford with 2 strikes on no balls. There's one out here in the top of the third inning. Comerford with a deep swing. Drops his knee to the ground in the process. Checks his shoulder to second. He'll step off the mound. It's Brody Berlowitz still pitching for the Foresters. The second baseman, Easton Mumau, hanging out over with Dom Nahar on second. He'll run back. Throw over to second. The tag will not be in time. Brendan Comerford at the plate. The count is 0-2. There's one out here in the third. Throw over to second. The tag will not be in time. Dom Nahar safe over on second. A tight play there for the pitcher, Brody Berlowitz. Almost gets him on the tag. Nahar gets under it and is called safe. The 0-2 pitch. And that is a called strike 3. Brendan Comerford strikes out looking for out number 2 here in the top of the third inning. Dom Nahar stands on third for Kyle Becker, the designated hitter. The Blues still chasing one run. Becker struck out looking to lead off the top of the second inning. Berlowitz chucks his shoulder. The pitch home gets away from the catcher. And that will send Dom Nahar over to third. It'll be a pass ball that gets Dom Nahar over to third base. In between the legs of the catcher, Aiden Camberg. The count is 2 balls and no strikes to Kyle Becker. There's 2 outs here. A runner 90 feet away from tying the game here as that one's hit high. It'll fall out of the field of play for strike 1 to Kyle Becker. Kyle Becker, originally from San Diego, California, playing for the University of San Diego. He fouls that one off for strike 2. The deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. The Blues are chasing 1, a runner on 3rd. The 2-2. Swung on and fouled off. Kyle Becker will stay alive. Kyle Becker in his 21st game with the Blues on the season. The 2-2 pitch is swung on for strike number 3. Kyle Becker strikes out swinging for the 2nd time today. The Blues with no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on 3rd. We'll head into the bottom half of the 3rd inning. The Santa Barbara Foresters leading the Blues 2-1. Josh Woodworth will lead it off here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. The Foresters are still leading 2-1. The Blues leave 1 runner on 3rd base in the top half of the inning. Keeps the score just 2-1. Joshua Woodworth, who singled in the 1st, bringing in Easton Mumoff for the 2nd run of the game so far. He sees ball 1. Bryce Padilla on the mound for the Blues, his 3rd inning. Pitch is swung on and sent over to right field. Going back is Kosei Suzuki towards the wall. He'll move over a little to the right. He'll make the catch for out 1. Brady Janisek will come to the plate with 1 out here in the 3rd. Janisek struck out swinging in the 1st inning. He was the first out of the bottom half of the inning after the Foresters had already scored 2 runs. His 2nd time at the plate today. First pitch is swung on and sent over to Diego Gonzalez at 2nd. He fields it, makes the throw over to 1st, and it will be in time for out 2. A ground out to 2nd for the 2nd out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Joseph Sandusky. Sandusky flew out to right field in his only at-bat of the game so far. Head coach calls time. He pulls Sandusky back over to the dugout. Kevin Spear will step out in front of the plate. It looks like head coach is giving some words of wisdom to Joseph Sandusky with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. He'll head back over to the plate. Sandusky, who hasn't seen a pitch yet so far in this inning. He steps into the box for the first time. The pitch, a called strike one. Sandusky doesn't seem to agree with the call. The count is 0-1. There's 2 outs here in the third. As Sandusky sees strike 2. Bryce Padilla way ahead of the count here. And no balls, 2 strikes. There are 2 outs. The Blues trailing by 1 run. Bryce Padilla, the pitch is swung on and sent in between the first and second baseman out into right field. That'll be a base hit for Joseph Sandusky. He will keep the inning going for Makani Navarro. Navarro out in left field today. He'll come to the plate with a runner on first. That ball will get away from Kevin Spear and send Joseph Sandusky over to second. That'll be a pass ball that puts Sandusky on second base for Makani Navarro. The Foresters with the runner in scoring position with 2 outs here in the third. Heavy wind coming in as Navarro fouls that one off to the backstop. Wind coming in hard from right field. Bumping straight over the infield. The pitch home is swung on and sent foul down to the first base side towards the Foresters dugout. The count is 1-1. Sorry, make that 1-2. One more strike from Bryce Padilla, and that will be it for the third inning. The pitch home, and that is a called strike 3. Makani Navarro strikes out, looking to end the third inning. The Foresters with no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. The score still 2-1. The Blues are chasing as we head into the top half of the fourth, where they will swing the bats. On the mound now for the Foresters, Nick Salmon. The designated hitter in the lineup now takes to the mound. Previously went to the University of Santa Barbara, recently committed to Oregon State University. He will come in for the starting pitcher, Brody Berlowitz. Salmon, who pitched against the Blues on the 14th of July, he just went 2/3 of an inning with 1 strikeout. He will now face Diego Murillo in his first inning of the game. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Murillo, who doubled in the second. He hits that one foul for strike 1. Murillo doubled in the second, following Kyle Becker, who struck out for the first out. He stole to get to third, and an RBI double by Kosei Suzuki scored him for the first and only run for the Blues so far today. The 1-1. Misses low for ball 2. Nick Salmon, who also appeared against the Orange County Riptide on the 9th of July, pitched an inning with 2 strikeouts. Swung on for strike 2. Diego Murillo at the plate. The count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes here in the top of the 4th. Murillo over at short. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and chopped down the third base line. It'll fall foul. Diego Murillo will stay alive in the at-bat. In total, Salmon has pitched 2 2/3 innings on the season with 3 strikeouts, an ERA of 3.38, and a WHIP of 2.25. The 2-2 is swung on for strike 3, and that'll be the first out here in the 4th. Diego Murillo strikes out swinging, and that'll bring up Johnny Rodriguez. Johnny Rodriguez, who struck out swinging in the second. He'll come up with 1 out once again. First pitch to Rodriguez from Salmon misses low and inside for ball 1. Those of you who are soccer fans, Spain wins in extra time. The score 1-0 against Argentina. The new FIFA World Champions. The 1-0 pitch. And that'll be a called strike 1 to Johnny Rodriguez. Rodriguez over at first today in place of CJ Moran. As he sees strike 2. Rodriguez, a senior at Cal State Fullerton, originally from Fullerton, California. His 6th game with the Blues on the season. The 1-2 pitch is swung on, and that will be out number 2. Johnny Rodriguez with back-to-back strikeout swingings so far today. And that brings up Kosei Suzuki, the dog of the day yesterday, already with an RBI double in the second inning to score the only run for the Blues so far today. He'll come up with 2 outs. There are no runners on for Kosei Suzuki. First pitch to Suzuki is swung on for strike 1. Reset. Nick Salmon on the mound. The 0-1 pitch to Kosei Suzuki. That'll be a called strike 2. Kosei Suzuki behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. It's the 4th inning with 2 outs. The Blues are chasing 1. A pitch misses low and outside. Suzuki out in right field today. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and hit over to the third baseman who fields it. He sends it across the field. It'll be caught by the first baseman, Wyland Nelson, for out number 3. Nick Salmon comes in the game to pitch. He faces just the minimum in the 4th. The Blues with no runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on. They're chasing 1 run as we head into the bottom half of the inning. Wyland Nelson leading it off for the Foresters here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Nick Salmon came in to pitch for the Foresters in the top half of the inning. He faces just the minimum. Bryce Padilla still on the mound for the Blues as he serves ball 1. Wyland Nelson over at first base today. He'll hit that one over to first. It's Johnny Rodriguez who makes the play, touching his own base for out 1. A leadoff out for the Blues. Bryce Padilla still on the mound, and Aiden Camberg will come to the plate. Camberg, who walked off of 4 pitches in the 2nd. He comes up with 1 out and sees strike 1. We'll see how long Bryce Padilla stays in today. The Blues have lost a good portion of their bullpen as we wind down the 2026 season. A pitch is hit hard by Aiden Camberg. It'll fall foul over the third base side for strike 2. The Foresters have only scored 2 runs, both in the bottom of the 1st inning. They've put 3 runners in scoring position since then, as that one is hit in between the shortstop and third baseman out into left field. That'll be a base hit for Aiden Camberg. A base runner for Donovan LaSalle, the leadoff batter for the Foresters. LaSalle, who doubled in the 1st off of the first pitch thrown of the game. He reached 3rd on a pass ball and scored on a wild pitch. Throw over to 1st. Tag is not in time. Pitch home is a called strike one. Donovan LaSalle, who came in to pinch run for the pinch hitter Caleb Hoover in the 8th inning. He then came up to bat in the 9th, where he doubled, scoring Easton Muma. Throw over to first gets away from Rodriguez, and Aiden Camberg will head over to second. That'll be an error on the pitcher. Lets Aiden Camberg advance to second. The count is 1-1 to Donovan LaSalle. A runner in scoring position for the Foresters. That one misses high for ball 2.
I thought you said you blocked him. Right. He's right there.
It's so funny.
Oh, I marked it now.
Wait, are those stickers?
LaSalle, a senior at the University of Louisiana.
Are they friends?
Yeah, they're besties. They hang out every game. Come on.
His 5th game with the Foresters, an average of 571. Did he go? Yes, he did. That'll be strike 2 to Donovan LaSalle. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's one out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The score is still 2-1. The Blues are chasing. A runner on second. And that will be strike 3 called to Donovan LaSalle. He strikes out looking to Bryce Padilla for the second out here in the the bottom of the 4th inning, and that'll bring up Easton Muma. Muma, who has reached base twice, both off of walks. In the 1st inning, a pass ball got him to second, a wild pitch to third, and then an RBI single by Joshua Woodsworth scored Easton Muma for the 2nd run of the game for the Foresters. He'll see strike 1 from Bryce Padilla. Aiden Camberg stands on second. 0-1 misses inside. Easton Muma turns out of the way for ball 1.
She whines all day, and I want to just go in there.
Muma again walked in the 2nd. Was left on base along with Aiden Camberg. Big swing from Muma for strike 2. Bryce Padilla a strike away from it finishing the inning. A low-scoring game so far for either team. The 1-2. And that'll be a call to strike 3 to Easton Muma. Back-to-back strikeouts for Bryce Padilla here in the 4th. The Foresters with no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. The score is still 2-1. The Blues looking to tie it up as we enter the top of the 5th inning. Nick Salmon still on the mound for the Foresters as we head into the top half of the 5th inning. Kevin Spear will lead it off for the Blues. Salmon, who faced just the minimum in the 4th. He struck out Mario Rodriguez, and then Kosei Suzuki grounded out to third to end the top half of the inning. The count is 0-1 to Kevin Spear, who reached base on an error by the shortstop in the 2nd inning. The count 1-1 now to Kevin Spear. He's facing Nick Salmon for the first time on the mound. The 1-1 pitch misses in the dirt outside for ball 2. It's the top of the 5th inning. The Blues are chasing 1 run. The 2-1 swung on and chopped down the line. It'll fall foul for strike number 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's no outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Two balls and 2 strikes to Kevin Spear, the leadoff batter of the inning. The 2-2. Misses high. The count runs full to Kevin Spear.
Let's go, Blues.
Reach base on an error from the shortstop in the 2nd. Stolen base to make it to 2nd. Left on after a strikeout to end the inning. The 3-2 misses outside. Kevin Spear draws a walk. He heads down to first base for Diego Gonzalez.
What do you think about their breakfast finish?
Kevin Spear with a competitive at-bat forces Nick Salmon to pitch to him and comes out on top. He is now at first base. His 2nd time reaching base so far today. And that brings up the 2nd baseman, Diego Gonzalez. Throw over to first will not be in time. Spear will be safe. Gonzalez, who struck out swinging in the 2nd to end the inning. He lays down a bunt down the first base side. Coming over is Nick Salmon, the pitcher. He'll underhand toss it to Wyland Nelson at first. Diego Gonzalez will be out, but Kevin Spear now in scoring position for the Blues. In scoring position for Cesar Chavez, the leadoff batter of the day. Count 1 out here in the 5th. A runner stands on 2nd as Chavez sees ball 1. Chavez, who grounds it out to 2nd in the 1st inning and then to 3rd in the 3rd inning. He hits that one high out to right field. That ball will be caught by Donovan LaSalle, but will move Kevin Spear over to 3rd. Chavez out on the fly ball, but moved a runner over. Now standing just 90 feet away is the tying run in Kevin Spear for Dom Nahar, who now comes to the plate. Nahar grounds it out to short in the 1st. He was hit by pitch in the 3rd. A stolen base gets him to 2nd, and a pass ball gets him to 3rd. He's left on after 2 more strikeouts and the top half of that inning. First pitch is low and outside for ball 1. It's the 5th inning. Infamously, the Blues scored 7 runs last night against the Santa Barbara Foresters in the 5th. That one high for ball 2. Needing just 1 run to tie it, 2 to take the lead for the first time today. That'll bring out the pitching coach for the Foresters to visit Nick Salmon on the mound. It's his 2nd inning so far today. He came in to pitch the 4th, faced just the minimum with 2 strikeouts. Now in the 5th with 2 outs and a runner on 3rd. Dom Nahar, who hit in the 8th spot yesterday. A pop fly to second in the 3rd. In his first at-bat in the 5th, he singled and eventually scored. And then again in the 5th, he was hit by pitch to reach base, followed by 2 strikeouts in the 8th and the 9th to round out his day. He comes to the plate. There's 2 balls and no strikes. A runner stands on 3rd to tie the game. Nick Salmon with the pitch. Swung on and hit right up the middle of the field into center. That'll bring in Kevin Spear to tie up the game here in Santa Barbara. Dom Nahar, an RBI single.
Yeah.
And the ball game is tied here in the 5th. Nahar finding the gap up the middle of the field. Perfectly placed to bring in Kevin Spear. And a base runner for Brendan Comerford. Comerford, who flew out to right in his first at-bat and struck out looking in his 2nd. Looking for a hit here today. He had just 1 yesterday, a single in the 8th, but an RBI fly out to center in the 5th scored one of the 7 runs the Blues scored in the 5th inning. Comerford looking to make something happen with a runner on 1st. First pitch to Comerford is a called strike 1. Brendan Comerford, one of the highest on-base percentages on the team. Routinely hits in that 3 spot as Salmon tosses that one over to 1st. Dom Nahar slides in safe. A slower game than the one we saw yesterday. Final score of yesterday's game, 10-8. Right now it's tied 2-2 here in the 5th. Big swing from Brendan Comerford for strike 2. Similar to his 2nd at-bat so far today, Comerford taking big strides with big swings here. Drops to his knee. Nick Salmon shaking off the first 2 pitches. He checks his shoulder to 1st. Dom Nahar stands there. The pitch home is swung on and fouled back to the fence. Comerford will stay alive in this at-bat. Dom Nahar ties the game with an RBI single to score Kevin Spear. He now stands on 1st. The Blues needing to bring in 1 more to take the lead for the first time today. A throw over to 1st. No tag, and Dom Nahar is safe. The count is 0-2 to Brendan Comerford. There are 2 outs here in the 5th. Nick Salmon needing to attack the batter here. Here's the pitch as Nahar goes. The throw down to 2nd will be in time. Dom Nahar out on the base pads. Aiden Camberg, the catcher, throws him out from behind the plate. And that will be it for the top of the 5th inning. The Blues with 1 run scored to tie it up here. The score is 2-2. They do it on 1 hit. No errors and no runners left on. We will head into the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a tied ball game. Nick Salmon now in to hit for the Foresters. He'll lead it off here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Blues tied up in the top half after scoring 1 run. Charlie Ferris now on the mound for the Blues. The first pitch is swung on and sent high over the third base side. That pitch will fall foul for strike 1. Charlie Ferris, who pitched against the Foresters on the 14th of July. He went 3 innings with 4 strikeouts, letting up just 1 hit and no runs scored. He will face the Foresters once again here, coming in for Bryce Padilla, who pitched 4 innings to start it off for the Blues today. Nick Salmon now at the plate. Hit hard up the middle of the field. And that will be a base hit for the designated hitter and pitcher for the Foresters.
Number 20, Josh Woodward.
Josh Woodworth now comes to the plate. He led off the first inning with an RBI single to score Easton Mumma for the second run of the Foresters in today's game so far. He then flew out to right field in the 3rd. He comes to the plate with a runner on first and no outs. First pitch he sees from Charlie Ferris, a strike 1 called. The count is 0-1. Charlie Ferris now on the mound for the Blues. The first pitch to him.
Yes, that was safe. Oh my.
Called ball to Josh Woodworth. The count is 1-1. A runner on first. Woodworth wearing number 20 for the Foresters. A sophomore at Pepperdine University, as Ferris throws that one over to Rodriguez at first. The tag not in time. Nick Salmon safe at first. Originally from Ventura, California, this is Woodworth's 24th game. He's hit 15 RBIs, just 1 home run. Pitch is hit high up out of the field of play behind the backstop for strike 2. Woodworth, who did not appear in the game against the Blues last night. He's played against the Blues just once. It was on the 25th of June. He did not record any hits against the Blues. Fouls that one back. Once again, he'll stay alive here in a 1-2 count. The count is 1-2, a runner on first. The game is tied here in the 5th inning. Joshua Woodworth at the plate. The pitch home. Does he go? No, he does not. And that will be ball 2, and the count is even. The pitch just missing the zone. Charlie Ferris on the mound. Off goes Nick Salmon. That pitch will fall fair, and there will be no play made at either base. Joshua Woodworth with a chopper down the third base side. Brendan Comerford unable to make the play over at third. The Foresters with 2 base runners and no outs here in the 5th. The game is now tied for Brady Janisek. Janisek struck out in his first at-bat, grounded out to second in his second at-bat. Comes to the plate with no outs and 2 runners on. First baseman on the infield grass. Janisek shows Bunny, lays it down. Charlie Ferris making the play. He tosses it over to first for out number 1. Janisek lays down a bunt towards Charlie Ferris on the mound. Diego Gonzalez covering first, makes the out. Nick Salmon advances to third, and Joshua Woodworth to second. 2 runners in scoring positions for the Foresters, and that'll bring out Dean Traynor to the mound. Charlie Ferris, his first inning with the Blues in the game. He comes in for Bryce Padilla, who went 4 innings. There are 2 runners in scoring positions here. The Blues just tied up the game in the top half of this inning. It was an RBI single from Dom Nahar to score Kevin Spear, who walked to lead off the 5th. Dom Nahar was left on. Dom Nahar thrown out, going for second, ended the top half of the inning. Dean Traynor will head back to the dugout, and Charlie Ferris will face Joseph Sandusky. Sandusky, who's reached base just once here. It looks like they will intentionally walk Joseph Sandusky, who reached base just once, as I mentioned, in the 3rd. He singled and made it to second on a pass ball. They will intentionally walk him to face Makani Nabarro. The bases are now loaded here in the bottom of the 5th inning. There's 1 out. Dean Traynor, I'm presuming, anticipating a play at any base to get the second out, and possibly a double play to finish out the inning here. The first pitch to Nabarro, a called strike 1. Nabarro flew out to center in the 1st inning and then struck out looking in the 3rd. It'll be his first look at Charlie Ferris today. The count is 0-1. Runners on every base. The corner infielders on the grass. Second pitch just misses outside for ball 1. It's Brendan Comerford at 3rd. Johnny Rodriguez at 1st. Diego Gonzalez over at 2nd with Diego Murillo at short. The count is 1-1 with 1 out here in the 5th. The pitch from Charlie Ferris swung on and sent high into shallow right field. Incoming is Kosei Suzuki. He makes the catch and he sends the ball all the way home.
Yeah.
There will be no play at home. Every runner will stay on their base. No tag made. Kosei Suzuki, a great catch and great throw back into the infield to keep every runner at their base. That'll be out number 2 here with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 5th inning. Wyland Nelson will now come to the plate. Looks like Dean Traynor's strategy is working out here so far. Wyland Nelson, who grounded out to short in his first at-bat and then to first in his second at-bat. He now comes to the plate. Runners at every base. The first pitch to him, a called strike one down the middle. Infielders off their bag, playing back with 2 outs. Small lead from the runner on third. That's Nick Salmon. The 0-1 just misses low for ball 1. On first, it's Joseph Sandusky, who was intentionally walked. On second is Joshua Woodworth, who singled, and the Nick Salmon on third, who singled as well. The game is tied here in the 5th. There are 2 outs. Charlie Ferris on the mound. At the plate is Wylan Nelson. The 1-1. Swung on and hit high down the first base side. That ball will fall foul out into the Foresters' bullpen. And that'll be strike 2. Foresters runners will head back to their bases. Charlie Ferris, an out away from leaving this inning unscathed.
Make sure they got an announce. What's the other one's name?
The bases are loaded. Wylan Nelson at the plate. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and hit up the middle. That'll bring in Nick Salmon. Round comes Joshua Woodworth. He'll slide in safe. It'll be a 2 RBI single from Wylan Nelson in a 1-2 count. He scores 2 more runs for the Foresters. They take the lead once again here in Santa Barbara. The score is 4-2.
Brought to you by Rick Wilson. Number 12.
Wylan Nelson powers that ball up the middle of the field. It gets under the glove of shortstop Diego Murillo and scores 2 more runs here. Lands himself at first and Joseph Sandusky on second. Aiden Camberg at the plate. He's reached base in both of his at-bats. The first, a 4-pitch walk, and the second, a single in the 4th. An error moves him over to second as he serves in ball 1. Dean Trainer attempting to finish out the inning after intentionally walking Joseph Sandusky to load the bases, hoping a play at any plate would finish out. The play at any base would finish out the inning. Wylan Nelson breaks that up after sending the ball up the left center of the field, scoring 2 more runs for the Foresters. Count is 1-0 to Aiden Camberg. 2 runners on. Charlie Ferris checks his shoulder. He sends the pitch home. It misses high and outside for ball 2. Kevin Spear will meet his pitcher on the mound, looking to calm him down. There are 2 outs here in the 5th. On first is Wylan Nelson. On second is Joseph Sandusky. Spear heads back to behind home plate. The right side of the infield back on the outfield grass. Runners off their bags at first and second. The count 2-0. Sorry, 3-0. The 3-0 pitch. And Aiden Camberg will draw a walk. The bases are loaded once again here in the 5th. For the top of the order, Donovan LaSalle. He'll be the 8th batter to the plate in this 5th inning. Wylan Nelson moves to second, Joseph Sandusky to third. There are 2 outs. The bases are loaded. Santa Barbara Foresters have taken back the lead here in the 5th after a 2 RBI single from Wyland Nelson scores Nick Salmon and Josh Woodsworth to bring the score 4-2. The first pitch to LaSalle, a called strike one. Infield off of their bags. Center infielders back on the outfield grass. The 0-1.
Yeah, no, you liar.
Misses just inside. Donovan LaSalle, who struck out looking in the fourth.
Hello, each and
It's the bottom of the fifth inning. There are 2 outs. Charlie Ferris on the mound. The pitch is swung on and sent high to the left side of the infield. Brendan Comerford coming in. He'll get under it. He will make the catch over at third for out number 3. The Foresters score 2 more runs off of 3 hits. There are no errors. They leave 3 runners on the base pads. And that is it for the 5th inning. The score now 4-2. The Blues chasing 2 more runs as we head into the 6th. Brendan Comerford leading it off here in the top of the 6th inning. He came to the plate in the top of the 5th. Dom Nahar thrown out at second during his at-bat. He'll come up again here in the 6th for his 3rd plate appearance. Nick Salmon still on the mound for the Foresters. He singled in the bottom of the 5th inning. He let it off and eventually brought it on to score after a 2 RBI single from Wyland Nelson that put the Foresters ahead 4-2. First pitch to Comerford is high for ball 1. A low-scoring game here today compared to yesterday's 10-8 finish. As Comerford sees strike 1. Nick Salmon, who's let up just 1 hit and 1 run in the 2 innings he's pitched so far. Comerford hits that one high down the first base side. The right fielder will make the catch for out number 1. Comerford, who has yet to reach base today, flies out to right field for the first out of the 6th inning. And that brings up the designated hitter, Kyle Becker. Becker, who's struck out swinging twice so far today. He comes to the plate looking to get something started here for the Blues. Blues have scored their only 2 runs today in the 2nd and the 5th. He fouls that one off the ground for strike 1. Kyle Becker, the count 0-1. There's 1 out. The Blues are trailing by 2. The infield pushed back towards the outfield grass. That one hits Becker right in the front foot. He hops away from the plate and starts walking down the first base side. You could hear that one hit off of his foot. And he will take first. A hit by pitch puts him on. There's a base runner for the Blues here in the 6th. He seems to be all right down at first. Hits off of his front foot to put him on and bring up Diego Murillo. Murillo, who doubled in his first hit in his first plate appearance in the 2nd. He stole 3rd and then was scored by Kosei Suzuki's RBI double, the first run of the game for the Blues. He then struck out swinging in the 4th. It'll be his 3rd plate appearance today. He comes up with a runner on first. First pitch to him misses inside for ball 1. Diego Murillo, who recorded just 1 hit in last night's game in the 9th inning. He'd reached base in the 5th off of a walk as he hits that one over to the second baseman, who tosses it to short to get the 2nd out and back over to first. It's a double play to finish off the 6th inning. The Foresters faced just the minimum, a double play ending out the top half of the inning. They still lead 4-2 as we head into the bottom half of the 6th. Gamber on the mound for the Blues here in the bottom of the 6th inning. He'll face Easton Muma here in the 6th. The Blues are down by 2. The Foresters scored 2 more runs in the 5th inning, making the score 4-2. Big swing by Muma for strike number 1 here in the bottom half of the inning. Joseph Gamber, originally from Fresno, California, playing at Fresno Pacific University in his senior year. That one fouled off by Muma for strike 2. Gamber ahead of the count here against the first batter of the 6th inning. It's Gamber's 7th start over 7 innings, an ERA of 9, a whip of 2.71 as he strikes out the first batter of the bottom half of the 6th. It's Easton Muma. He sits down for the first out, bringing up the designated hitter, Nick Salmon. Salmon, who has pitched the last 3 innings for the Foresters. He comes to the plate once again. He's reached base 2 out of the 3 times he walked in the first, struck out looking in the second, singled in the 5th. Was brought around to score by a 2 RBI single by Wylan Nelson. He sees strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch from Gamber. Misses outside for ball 1. Gamber, who last pitched against the Academy Barons on the 12th of July. Pitched an inning and 2/3. Let up 3 hits with no runs and 2 strikeouts. The count is 2-1 to the designated hitter, Salmon. Joseph Gamber in for Charlie Ferris. That one fouled off to the backstop. The count is even, 2-2. The Foresters face just the minimum in the top half of the inning. A fly out to right by Brennan Comerford to start off the inning. Kyle Becker hit by pitch, but is out on the double play. That one hit hard over to the left side of the field. Dom Nahar makes the catch out in left for out number 2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Foresters are leading by 2 runs, and Joshua Woodworth steps to the plate. The Foresters have scored their 4 runs, 2 in the 1st and 2 in the 5th. Pitch home. A called strike 1. Joshua Woodworth, RBI single in the 1st to score the 2nd run of the day for the Foresters. He then flew out to right field in the 3rd and then singled in the 5th. The the 2 RBI single from Wylan Nelson scored him, and it made the score 4-2. He now comes to the plate with no runners on and 2 outs. He faces Joseph Gamber. The 0-1. High away from the catcher, Kevin Spear, for ball 1. Woodworth at the plate. Swung on. It gets away from Kevin Spear. He sends it down to first base. The play will not be in time. Joshua Woodworth makes it to first, safe on the drop 3rd strike. The throw not in time from Kevin Spear. And that'll bring up Brady Janisek with a runner on first. A drop third puts Woodworth on first as he beats the throw from Kevin Spear. Big swing from Janisek for strike one. Two outs here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Pitch, a called strike two. 0-2 to Brady Janisek, who struck out in his first at-bat, then grounded out to second, and then to the pitcher in the fifth. Has yet to record a hit today. Swung on and sent over to the shortstop, Diego Murillo. He makes the catch, sends it across the field to first. A little stretch from Rodriguez, and that is out number 3. The Foresters leave one runner on base. Joseph Gamber comes in to pitch here in the bottom of the sixth. He comes out unscathed. We'll head into the top of the seventh inning. The Blues still chasing 2. Johnny Rodriguez comes to lead it off here in the top of the seventh inning. On the mound for the Foresters is Carter Spites, a senior from the University of California, Davis. He comes up here in the seventh, and for Nick Salmon, first pitch to Johnny Rodriguez, a ball one. The Blues are chasing 2. They tied it up in the fifth inning after letting up 2 more runs in the bottom half of the fifth. Looks like Rodriguez broke his bat there, fouling it off down the first base side. He'll walk back to the dugout. They give him 3 options. Let's see which one he takes. And he just reaches for one. We'll see how this bat works out for Rodriguez here. The count is 1-1. The Blues are chasing 2. They held the lead for about 2 batters in the fifth before the Foresters scored 2 more to take back the lead. The 1-1. Called strike 2. Johnny Rodriguez facing Carter Spites, the first Blue of the day to see him. The pitch misses low and outside for ball 2. The count is even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Johnny Rodriguez at the plate. Rodriguez played his first games with the Blues on the 9th of July against the Conejo Oaks. He hits that one hard up the middle of the field in the air out to center. The center fielder, Brady Janisek, makes the catch for out number 1. 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. That brings up Kosei Suzuki.
Please hop in. There's an extra fourth here.
Kosei Suzuki in his first at-bat. An RBI double to score Diego Murillo, the first run of the day for the Blues. He then grounded out to the third baseman in his second at-bat. He comes to the plate for the third time. Right here, he's first one misses low and outside for ball 1. Kosei Suzuki, the dog of the day in last night's game. Reached base 4 out of 5 times. 2 hits, a double and a single, and then reached on an error twice in the 5th. The first an error from the third baseman, the second an error from the shortstop. He then reached second both of those times after the ball was overthrown into the Foresters' dugout. Ball was out of play and was awarded another base. He hits that one down the third base side. The throw all the way across the field to first is in time for out number 2.
No, that was the third base.
And huge play made by Woodsworth over at third. Takes it off the backhand, sends it across the field just in time to get out Kosei Suzuki. The second time Woodsworth has gone Suzuki out today. Kevin Spear. He steps to the plate looking to do something with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. First pitch to him misses low and outside for ball 1. Kevin Spear reached base in the second off an error by the shortstop, then stole from first to second. He was left on base after 3 strikeouts, the first from Calbecker, the second from Rodriguez, the third from Gonzalez. He then reached base on a walk and was brought in by Dom Nahar, an RBI single from Nahar in the 5th to tie up the game.
Does it make it better or worse? 7.9.
Really?
I like them. I'd go like 7.3.
Kevin Spear at the plate. Sees ball 2. The count 2-1. It's the 7th inning. There are 2 outs. The Blues are in Santa Barbara.
Not sponsored, by the way.
Sponsor me, Coca-Cola.
Pitch misses inside, close to the hands of Kevin Spear. 3 balls to Kevin Spear on just 1 strike. There's 2 outs here in the 7th. The Blues currently in first place in the Northern Conference of the California Collegiate League. The season is winding down. The Blues with their last couple of home games this weekend rounded out with a fireworks show on Saturday. That one hits Kevin Spear in the back. He reaches base for the 3rd time today. A base runner for Diego Gonzalez, the first of this inning, and a chance for the Blues on first. Diego Gonzalez, the tying run at the plate. He struck out in the 2nd, a ground out to the pitcher in the 5th. There are 2 outs. A runner stands on first. Does he go? No, he did not. That'll be ball 1 to Diego Gonzalez. Check swing brought back in time. His bright red bat over his left shoulder. The 1-0 swung on for strike 1. Called time by the Foresters pitching coach. He'll go and meet Spites on the mound. It's his first inning pitched in this game. Wearing number 36, the right-handed pitcher from UC Davis. A quick chat from the pitching coach. He heads back to the dugout. It's the 9th appearance for Spites so far on the season. It's pitched 9 1/3 innings so far with 6 strikeouts, an ERA of 4.82, a whip of 1.5. It is Spite's first appearance against the SLO Blues. He last appeared just a few days ago on the 17th against the Santa Maria Indians. He pitched just 1 inning with 2 hits, 1 run, and no strikeouts. The count is 1-1 to Diego Gonzalez. He sees that ball upstairs for ball 2. 2 outs. Kevin Spear stands on first. He was hit by pitch in the back to reach base. The top of the order stands on deck and Cesar Chavez. The pitch called strike 2. The deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It's the top of the 7th. Diego Gonzalez at the plate. Carter Spites on the mound. The pitch is swung on and sent high down the third base side. Going back is the right fielder. That pitch falls out of bound. A long hit by Diego Gonzalez. It falls foul. He will stay alive in the at-bat. Kevin Spear will head back to first. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Diego Gonzalez. The Blues are chasing 2. The pitch is swung on by Diego Gonzalez, and that is it for the top half of the 7th inning. The Blues with no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. They're chasing 2, but first we will stretch it out here in Santa Barbara. We'll be back with the Santa Barbara Foresters bats. It's the bottom of the 7th inning. The Blues are chasing it too. Leading it off for the Foresters is Joseph Sandusky.
Hey, we learned.
He faces Joseph Gamber for the first time today. First pitch called strike 1 to Sandusky, the shortstop who flew out to right in the first. He singled in the third, reached second on a pass ball, and then was intentionally walked in the 5th. Called strike 2 to Joseph Gamber. Sorry, from Joseph Gamber to Joseph Sandusky. The Blues trailing by 2. It's the bottom of the 7th inning. The 5th time the Foresters and Blues have taken each other on this season. That one misses high and outside for ball 1. The 1-2 pitch just misses outside. The count is even 2-2. The Blues with no game tomorrow or on Tuesday. They'll be back at Sinsheimer on Wednesday. They'll head down to Thousand Oaks to take on the Conejo Oaks on Thursday as Sandusky swings for strike 3. The first out of the inning for Joseph Gamber. It's Joseph Sandusky that he strikes out. And they'll bring up Makani Nabarro. As I was saying, the Blues will then head down to take on the Conejo Oaks in Thousand Oaks, California on Thursday. But we'll be back at Sinsheimer Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, a firework show on Saturday's game to finish off the 2026 season. We'll have all those games here on the Blues streaming network if you're unable to make them. That one hit hard down the first base side. It'll fall foul for strike 1. Nabarro out in left field today. He flew out to center in his first at-bat in the first inning. Struck out looking in the third and then flew out to right in the 5th. He's yet to reach base today or record a hit. Hits that one hard down to the left side of the field. It's Dom Nahar who makes the catch for out number 2.
Sponsored by BMW Santa Barbara. Welcome to the plate to first baseman.
Wylan Nelson. He'll come to the plate, the third batter here in the 7th inning. He'll come up with 2 outs. He's reached base just once, a 2 RBI single in the 5th to score Nick Salmon and Josh Woodsworth to put the Foresters ahead in the game. First pitch to him is swung on for strike 1. Joseph Gamber on the mound, the third pitcher for the Blues. Bryce Padilla, who started it off, followed by Charlie Ferris, and now Gamber on the mound. The 0-1 is swung on and hit to the right side of the field. Going back is Kosei Suzuki, and that one is out of here. A home run for Wylan Nelson. No runners on, so that's just one more run for the Foresters. They increase their lead 5-2. Wylan Nelson shoots that one out to right field. Falls right over the fence. He scores just himself, but extends this inning. Aiden Camberg now to the plate. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The first pitch misses high for ball 1.
And the wall.
325 feet to right field. 380 to center. He hits it about in the middle of the two. 2 balls and 1 strike to Aiden Camberg. Pitch misses out for ball 3. Gamber 1 out away from finishing this inning. The Foresters have already scored 1 and increased their lead 5-2. Called strike 2, and the count is full to the catcher, Camberg. Camberg, who's reached base in every at-bat. He walked off a 4-pitch walk in the second, then singled in the fourth, followed by another walk in the fifth. And he'll do it once again here. Camberg wins the full count and walks for the first base runner for the Foresters here in the 7th after the home run shot by Wyland Nelson. Just in time for Donovan LaSalle. Camberg capitalizing in the 9th spot. His job is to get on base and bring up the top of the order, and he has done that in every plate appearance he's had today. First pitch to LaSalle, a called strike 1. LaSalle, who led off the game with a double off the first pitch from Bryce Padilla in the bottom of the first inning, reached third on a pass ball and scored on a wild pitch. First run of the game. Throw over to first will not be in time. Camberg dives in safely. The count is 0-1. Joseph Gamber on the mound for the Blues. The pitch gets away from the catcher, Kevin Spear. Aiden Camberg will reach second on a wild pitch. Kevin Spear will go meet his pitcher on the mound. 1 out gets them out of this inning. Brings up the top of the order in the 8th for the Blues. A runner on second in scoring position for the Foresters. They've already scored 1 off of a home run by Wyland Nelson. Pitch home, misses high. Did he go? No, he did not. And that will be ball 2. Two one. In the dirt for ball 3. Donovan LaSalle, the leadoff batter for the Foresters at the plate. A runner stands on second. It's Aiden Camberg. A pitch, a called strike 2. The count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. On the mound is Joseph Gamber. The 3-2. Swung on and fouled back to the backstop. LaSalle will stay alive. The Foresters lead by 3 runs. The 3-2 is hit high. Kevin Spear heading back to the backstop. That one will fall out of play. Donovan LaSalle battling in this at-bat. Donovan LaSalle, who's reached base just once so far today. It's his 5th appearance at the plate. The pitch from Joseph Gamber. Swung on and chopped back to the pitcher. He'll take it himself for out number 3. That'll be it for the 7th. The Foresters with 1 run off of 1 hit, a solo shot by Wylan Nelson, no errors, 1 runner left on base. That'll be it for the 7th. When we get back in the top of the 8th, we will see the top of the order in Cesar Chavez here on the Blue Streaming Network. It's the top of the 8th inning. Cesar Chavez is leading it off. The top of the order for the Blues. On deck is Dom Nahar, followed by Brendan Comerford. The 3 of them will come to the plate here in this inning. The Blues are chasing 3. A solo shot by Wylan Nelson in the bottom half of the 7th inning gives the Foresters another run. That pitch all the way back to the backstop for ball 1. Chavez, who grounded out to second and then to third in his first 2 at-bats, then flew out to right field in the 5th. Called strike 1. The count is 1-1 to the leadoff base runner. The 1-1. Does he go? Yes, he does. That'll be strike 2 to Cesar Chavez. The Blues with just 2 base runners in the last 2 innings, both of them hit by pitch. In the 7th, it was Kevin Spear. In the 6th, it was Kyle Becker. Both of them left on. That one hit hard over to the second baseman. 1 hop, he tosses it to first. And that will be out number 1 here in the 8th. A hard hit ball by Cesar Chavez right to the glove of the second baseman, Easton Muma, who 1 hops it, and it takes it over to first. But that will bring up Dom Nahar. Nahar, who has reached base twice out of his 3 at-bats so far today. In the first, he grounded out to short. In the 3rd inning, he was hit by pitch. A stolen base gets him to second. A pass ball to third. He is left on base following 2 strikeouts. And then in the 5th, an RBI single to score Kevin Spear and tie the game. He sees the first pitch high for ball 1. Nahar hits that one high down over in front of the Foresters dugout. It'll be caught by the first baseman, Wylan Nelson, for out number 2. Dom Nahar unable to keep something going here in the 8th, but that'll bring up the third baseman, Brendan Comerford. Comerford, who has yet to reach base or record a hit so far today. A strikeout looking, followed with 2 flyouts to right field on the day today. He recorded just 1 hit in yesterday's game. It was in the 8th inning. He hits that one up towards the shortstop, who gloves it, sends it across the field to first, and that will be it for the top of the 8th inning. The Foresters face the minimum in the leadoff batter, followed by Nahar and Comerford. The Blues are still trailing by 3 as we head into the bottom half of the 8th. It's the bottom of the 8th inning. Parker Crystal steps to the mound for the Blues.
Go Parker!
What's his last name? Cristal. Kristall.
Thank you.
Yep.
Crystal comes to the mound looking to keep the score 5-2 here in the 8th. The Foresters are still leading by 3. First pitch is low and inside for ball 1. The count is 1-0 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Foresters, who face just the minimum in the top half,
Pitch! Go Parker!
it's Easton Muma at the plate. The 1-0 misses just low for ball number 2. Parker Crystal, a pitcher at West Valley College. Sorry, make that 3-0 to Easton Muma. The pitch home gets away from Kevin Spear, and that will be a 4-pitch walk for Easton Muma to lead it off here in the 8th. As I had mentioned earlier, the Blues have lost a good chunk of their pitchers here in the latter half of the season. They lost Spencer Gallimore, Corbin Geeson, Connor Mendez, Quincy Winkler, and Hunter Kaler. They've had to reach out and find a couple more pitchers and dig deeper into their bullpen, especially in these last couple of games here in the regular season. A runner stands on first. There's no outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. At the plate now, coming in for Nick Salmon, is Caleb Hoover, wearing number 14. Salmon, the designated hitter today, who also pitched in 3 of the innings for the Foresters. Pitch is swung on and sent right up the gap between the first and second baseman. That'll be a base hit for Caleb Hoover here in the 8th. There's 2 runners on for the Foresters. A runner on first and second with no outs here. Parker Crystal on the mound for the Blues.
Roll it up, boys. Let's go.
Joshua Woodworth. He steps to the plate with 2 runners on and no outs here in the 8th. The Foresters only up by 3 at slam range for the Blues. The first pitch low and outside for ball 1. Woodworth, RBI single in the first to score the second run of the day for the Foresters, followed by a fly out to right field, a single in the 5th, and then a drop third reaches, beats the throw in the 6th. Pitch is in the dirt. Kevin Spear keeps it in front, and that will be ball 2. Two runners on base for the Foresters. There are no outs here in the 8th. The 2-0. Swung on for strike number 1 to Joshua Woodsworth. First baseman Rodriguez off of the bag. Swung on by Woodsworth. It gets away from Kevin Spear. Both of the runners will advance a base. Caleb Hoover now stands on second. Houston Muma on third. A pass ball moves the runners over. The count is 2-2 to Joshua Woodsworth. Parker Crystal on the mound. The infield on the infield grass. Pitch misses low for ball 3, and the count runs full. The first, second, and shortstop all on the infield grass. Brennan Comerford over at third. Holds back just a little with the runner Easton Muma. The full count pitch is swung on. It gets away from Kevin Spear, but that is a strikeout for Parker Crystal. The first out here in the 8th. Woodsworth strikes out swinging and brings up Brady Janusek. He'll come up with 2 runners, both in scoring position, and just 1 out here in the 8th. Pitch gets away from Kevin Spear. Incoming is Easton Muma, and he will touch home safely. That ball lost under Kevin Spear's feet, unable to make the play home. The Foresters send another run in, and Caleb Hoover moves over to third. A pass ball scores another run for the Foresters. Janusek now with just 1 base runner on third. Pitch misses outside for ball 2. Two balls and no strikes to the center fielder. Pitch jumps out of the glove of Kevin Spear for ball 3. Janusek, who is yet to reach base today. He's at the plate with 3 balls and no strikes with just 1 out. 3-0 in the dirt. Kevin Spear keeps it in front, but Janusek will draw a walk. The Foresters with runners on the corners and just 1 out here in the 8th.
Santa Barbara Mayor Randy Rouse. Please welcome the shortstop, number 6, Joseph Sandusky.
That'll bring out Dean Traynor to the mound. Going to meet with Parker Cristal.
Sponsors who come up all season long. Those are folks who have given us the money to help support the Foresters and the Huckster Cup. So when you're out and about in Santa Barbara, if you
Dean Traynor trying to
go to their store
talk down the pitcher.
How much you appreciate them supporting the Foresters. We couldn't do it without.
A run already has scored here in the 8th. It was Easton Muma who scored off of a pass ball. He reached base off a walk to second off of a single by Caleb Hoover, to third off a pass ball and makes it home also on a pass ball. A runner now stands on third, and Caleb Hoover. Dean Traynor will leave out Cristal on the mound. Joseph Sandusky to the plate now for the Foresters. Santa Barbara leads the Blues 6-2. It's the 5th time that these two teams have faced each other on the season. The Blues have taken 2. The Foresters have taken 2 as well. This game is the tiebreaker. Pitch in the dirt for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, he shows bunt, pulls it back. Pitch misses low and inside for ball 2.
Go Parker, you got this.
Parker Cristal, who appeared in 15 games as a Viking at West Valley, he throws it over to first. It gets away from the first baseman, Rodriguez. It hits the foot of the first base coach for the Foresters and stops it from traveling any further to the fence. Keeps Brady Janusek over at first. The count is 2-0, thrown over again to first. The tag not in time. As I was saying, Cristal, 15 appearances as a Viking at West Valley College, 2 starts, He pitched 27 2/3 innings with an ERA of 5.20 and a WHIP of 1.45 with 37 strikeouts on the season. Janasek off over to second. The throw down goes to third, way over the head of the third baseman, Brennan Comerford. In come is Caleb Hoover. He scores off of an error by the catcher, Kevin Spear, and moves Brady Janasek all the way over to third. A little action from the Santa Barbara dugout brings out Dean Trainer to home plate to speak with the umpire. The umpire in the field yelling over to the Santa Barbara dugout, telling them to knock it off. They now lead the Blues 7-2. An error by Kevin Spear, the catcher, as he attempts to back pick it off to third base to get out Caleb Hoover. Over the head of the third baseman into left field, scores Caleb Hoover and moves Brady Janasek all the way to third. Janasek, who will have a stolen base to second as he was already taking off before the ball was thrown down to third, and then reaches third on the error. So a stolen base and an error gets Janasek to third. Joseph Sandusky still at the plate. A pitch in the dirt for ball 3. The count 3-1 here in the 8th. There's just one out and one runner on third. The infield on the infield grass. And Joseph Sandusky draws a walk, and that will bring out Dean Trainer for the second time to the mound here with Parker Crystal. It looks like that will be it for Parker Crystal. We will let you know who is coming in when we get back here on the Blues Streaming Network. Zach Savino on the mound now for the Blues here in the 8th inning. He comes in for Parker Cristal, who gets the first out in the 8th, lets up 2 more runs off of just 1 hit. Zach Savino comes in and will face Makani Nabarro. Joseph Sandusky steals and takes second. The Foresters with 2 runners in scoring position. On second is Joseph Sandusky. On third, Brady Janisek. Nabarro at the plate. He faces Zach Savino, the Cuesta College Cougar. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Big swing from Nabarro for strike 1. The count is 2-1 to the left fielder, who is yet to hit or reach base yet today. The pitch. Does he go? No, he did not. That'll be ball 3. Savino with a place to put him. It would mean the base is loaded for the home run hitter, Wylan Nelson. The infield on the grass. The pitch. A call to strike 2, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's the bottom of the 8th inning. The pitch is swung on and hit hard back towards the right field fence. Going back is Kosei Suzuki. He does not make the catch. He hits off the wall. Incoming is Brady Janisek. Around is Joseph Sandusky. The throw home is not in time. A 2 RBI double for Nabarro. The score now 9-2 here in the bottom of the 8th inning, all on just 1 out. The first batter to Zach Savino scores 2 more runs and brings up Wylan and Nelson.
Sponsored by the Pomerantz family. Please welcome the first baseman, number 28, Wylan Nelson.
Wylan Nelson, who solo homered in the 7th. He's now at the plate with a runner on second and just 1 out in the 8th. First pitch to him is hit hard over the third base side, foul for strike 1. The score is 9-2. The right side of the infield back on the outfield grass. Big swing from Nelson for strike 2. The top of the order looming in the dugout. Savino in need of a second out here before facing Aiden Camberg, the 9-hole, and Donovan LaSalle, the top of the order. The 0-2 pitch, swung on and hit hard out into right center field. Coming in is Kosei Suzuki. He will make the catch for out number 2. Kosei Suzuki makes the catch. Makani Nabarro stays on second, but Aiden Camberg up to the plate. He has reached base 4 out of 4 times today. He's walked 3 and singled once. He now comes to the plate with a runner on second and 2 outs. First pitch called strike 1. score 9-2. The Foresters have increased their lead. Second pitch, a called strike 2. Savino has faced 2 batters so far, Camberg being his third. Zach Savino comes set on the mound. The 0-2. Swung on, does he go? No, he did not. That'll be ball 1. Camberg reeling back the swing. The 1-2. Swung on for strike number 3, and that'll be it for the bottom of the 8th inning. The Santa Barbara Foresters score 4 more runs, all off of 2 hits. They leave 1 runner on second. They put 8 batters to the plate, and that'll be it for the 8th inning. The Blues are trailing 9-2 as we head into the top half of the last inning. Jack Fowler on the mound for the Foresters here in the top of the 9th inning. The Foresters score 4 more runs in the bottom half of the 8th. The score is now 9-2. Fowler will face the designated hitter Kyle Becker in his first batter of the game. The Foresters, who faced just the minimum in the 8th, will now face the cleanup batter, Becker. He's reached base just once as he locks that one over the head of the first baseman out into right field. A base hit to lead it off here in the top of the 9th. The Blues' last chance to make something happen, close that gap. And up is Diego Murillo. Murillo, who's reached base once today, a double in the second. He stole to get to third, and then an RBI double from Kosei Suzuki brings him in. First pitch to Murillo, called strike one. Second pitch is hit up in between the first and second baseman. A base hit for Diego Murillo, moves over Kyle Becker. The Blues now with 2 runners on the base paths, 1 in scoring position. And Johnny Rodriguez steps to the plate. Rodriguez, the designated hitter in last night's game, he recorded 2 hits, both of them singles, one of them an RBI. He's yet to reach base today, but will now come up with 2 runners on and no outs here in the 9th. First hit is back up the middle to the pitcher who makes the play over to second, gets out Diego Murillo, and over to first to get out Rodriguez. A double play for the first 2 outs here in the 9th. The Foresters just 1 out away from finishing the game here.
Go 1-6.
Up to the plate now for the Blues is Kosei Suzuki, who with an RBI double in the second to score Diego Murillo, the first run of the game. He's now at the plate with 2 outs and a runner on third. Second pitch misses for ball 2. The Foresters leading by 7 runs. They fell to the Blues last night 10-8 as Suzuki sees strike 1. Kosei Suzuki hits that one high over the first base side foul. The deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. On the mound is Jack Fowler for the Foresters. The pitch is swung on for strike 3, and that is it for the ball game. Kosei Suzuki strikes out swinging to end it here in the top of the 9th. The Foresters take the Blues 9-2. The infamous Central Coast rivalry ends. The Foresters taking 3 out of the 5 games here in Santa Barbara at Eddie Matthews Field. The Blues unable to perform really on either side today. They left 1 runner on here in the 9th inning. In total, they left 5 runners on base today with only 5 hits. They had 2 hits in the second, none in the third, none in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, none in the sixth, none in the seventh, none in the 8th, and then 2 here in the 9th. The Foresters, on the other hand, able to capitalize on their base runners, get hits early on in the innings, and finish out on top of the Blues. They used 4 pitchers versus the Blues 6. As I mentioned earlier, the Blues have had to get more creative with their bullpen after losing a good chunk of their pitchers, and the pitchers that they reached for a lot, especially in moments like the ones today. They didn't have those guys in the bullpen anymore and weren't able to finish it out here. The Santa Barbara Foresters beat the SLO Blues 9-2. It'll be the last time we see these guys face each other in regular season play, but nevertheless, more Blues baseball for you this week. They're off tomorrow and Tuesday, but back at Sinsheimer on Wednesday. They'll head down to Thousand Oaks, California to take on the Conejo Oaks on Thursday, and then back home again Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That'll be a fireworks game on Saturday of this week, the last one of the season before we get into playoff play the next week. We will have it all here on the SLO Blues streaming network. My name is Addy Daudet, and